Is it a thing you do in offlane too, Kips?
Yeah, it is. Depends a little bit on the player, but it was definitely at like peak Mars. That was the build where people ended up, and then it started falling off. I do want to say, by the way, that you touched on something here. If it is a 4 Mars, right now it's very unsure where all of these heroes of business associates are going to go. This can still be a core Vengeful Spirit. I know that the person who's been playing that recently is Thompson on mid,
yeah,
but it can also still be a core Chen, and it can also still be a 4 Phoenix, a 4 Mars. We still have no idea who goes where on this lineup, and they have been doing that really nicely. And I think right now that's also why Crazy is digging deep into this extra time that they have, because there's which lanes are these people going to go to? Who is going to build auras? They don't know.
Not if they already spent a lot of time with their first ban of the entire draft. They already started thinking, all right, how do we start off from here? Or was their captain AFK for momentarily? But yeah, 15 seconds down and you still got 3 moves to do in this draft, and it's gonna be the Bat Rider. So I'm a happy boy. We get Kezu's bat on the field. I hope it's Kezu. I mean, it still could be anybody else playing it, but I'm crossing my fingers right now that it's gonna be Kezu bat. Because, you know, this is GG's. This game's over.
Come on. There's a Venge on the field. They really had to think about it.
Yeah, there is. The Venge can be a nuisance for this. What does Crazy need? I mean, they already know what they're going up against. Things that they need to take into account. How many variables they need to consider when it goes to team fights. And when they're spreading, when they split push, if they do split push. Which is why you have like Battle for Boots of Travels, for example, that you can move around mobily around the map. But what do they need? What is missing from Crazy's draft? Because I'm looking at
like something that forces the arena down. It's just something big.
Secondary initiator.
Yeah, secondary initiator. You want somebody to spook them. And I don't know if I'd see like a centaur or something like that. But I'd love to see a little bit more survivability, love to see a proper aura carrier and someone who just goes in and can force stuff out, so that then the Bat Rider can go in, then the Lycan can go in.
You know what I'm thinking?
But maybe they think Pango is enough for that, and I can see that working as well. And in that case, all they want right now is just more damage.
I'm just going to say it before, if they do decide to pick it, I'm between Nature's Prophet and Void Spirit here. I would rather fall into the Void Spirit's favor, but I don't think NP mid wouldn't be a bad pickup here either. Plus, you could still play it as a 3 or a 2, depending where you want to put the Bat Rider as well. They don't have that much time. They're going to bring a gyrocopter out of all things, so Pango's definitely going to have to be the aura carrier for the team to buff up the Lycan, buff up the gyrocopter. Their defensive capabilities are super limited, though. They have to go at business associates before BA can get their initiation off with the Mars ulti and the Phoenix and the Venge swap. I don't know if Gyro's the right pick. I have to say, Kips, I don't feel this Gyro.
5 seconds remain.
I said if they feel safe enough with the Pango, they need damage. This is definitely damage, and this is a really nice mixed damage source. But yeah. The same as you said, the first 4 picks of this draft are all about going. And then this last pick is about standing still and pumping out the flags. And
well, that's how you bait the Mars ulti.
I guess, but they could, like, business associates can just say, all right, cool, we take Morphling now. And I do think that with the amount of counters that they have, that would be a solid pick. Oh, they go for the Batten. So, yeah. I talked about this earlier in the draft. Carry Batten is pretty big right now.
Oh, no.
What
all right, well, okay. I'm just gonna go with it. I mean, Abaddon carry seems to be the new thing. So let's all do it. Artesia did it yesterday, and people were amazed, like, wow. New meta has been created in the middle of a patch which is basically unchangeable, untaintable, always the same way of playing these heroes, maybe a few itemization choices here and there. Then Arteesia's like, I've got this thing that I want to try. I still don't know how K1 farms on this hero. Now Moo, does he get to share the opinion on how do you farm on this Abaddon? But his lineup is definitely all about fighting,
Yeah.
fighting once they hit their point, once they hit those big first items that they need. And Crazy is looking pretty much the same, except that they don't have the defensive capability. I don't know about this, but Kips, what do you think?
Well, first off, if you hear any rumblings, that's not my boyfriend farting. That's actually a really big thunderstorm coming up here. So,
Alright,
I
yeah.
hope this is all going to go all right around here. Secondary, this is an eternal envy, vengeful spirit. This man has been watching Thompson and has been saying, "All right, I like this particular brand of nuts. Let's go for it." What can I say? I guess the most important thing here is that the phrasing is, how does Hector get so farm?
Yes, how does Hector get so farm, but also, how do you kill these guys? How
That's
on
been
earth
rough.
are you going to kill these guys is what I'm thinking in my head right now. So
Yeah,
it's
like
going to be...
that and Phoenix with the Chen, they are so durable.
Well, let's see what's going to happen as our first best of 3 kicks off here. The only best of 3 for today. Deciding who are going to be going into the top 4. Is it going to be Crazy? Is it going to be Business Associates to start battling for the money? Notice we've got a little bit of drop frames here. Hopefully everything should be alright. So I'm believing that thunderstorm might be affecting my area as well. Hopefully not. Seems like it's stabilized for now. Sorry about that. The environment is prohibiting us from watching awesome Dota.
It's a shame. I mean, yesterday an apartment fire was trying to cancel the EG series as well. So
Yeah.
we've had our share of environmental troubles already.
Well, there's been plenty. Thank God it was a false alarm, though. So we didn't actually have to witness RTZ inside a burning house still trying to finish this Dota game before they can take a break.
Wouldn't he?
I mean, he would definitely do it. He did come back to the game after there was still a little pause, but he came back like, let's just finish the game because we're winning this anyway. But, alright, let's look how we're going to set up the lanes. So yes, Kazu Batrider. We've got Bryle with the Lycan. Ritsu not playing Troll Warlord. He's playing Gyrocopter, so something different here. Go game 2.
Next.
I'll take that as a accidental GG well played right there. Hopefully the Ancient doesn't get destroyed while we're still in the pause screen.
No. Only gets triggered if nobody cancels the call.
Yeah, hopefully not. We're gonna take a bit until we get things rolling from here.
Cancelled. Just your Ancient. Just your Ancient.
Just the Ancient.
You hear that?
This is the perfect NA banter that's going on with the guys. Still something that I need to practice a bit. Understanding it properly. I'm such a serious fellow that my sarcasm sense is maybe a bit low, so I apologize for that. I'm just who I am.
That's what
Dota
I
is my
appreciate
life.
about you. Since I am autistic and I don't get the sarcasm.
Yeah, we're definitely, we're like two berries.
We're quite the duo.
We're quite the duo, you could say that. Wait. Need to start route. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Oh, thank God.
So,
So,
what I really like about Core Venge is that she has insane stat growth. She can tank any kind of damage just because she also gets a lot of armor with it. And that makes so much tempo. You can also itemize pretty much any way you want on this hero. You can go right-click damage, you can build auras like you are an aura. And Core Venge, if you kill her, any auras that she's carrying is still going to be on that illusion. So she's basically an extra Abaddon. You're going to have to kill her twice. And then there is the actual Abaddon, then there is the Chen heal, then there is going to be the heals coming out from Snaking, and then there is Brax with his Bulwark. How are you going to kill business associates?
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, Abaddon loves to take the attention away. If only they can kite him for long enough that he can pop off the ultimate, have some crowd control to keep him away, maybe like Yule Scepters or something that he just can't get anything happening during those fights. Use his ultimate for basically nothing. Try to avoid focusing. But later on, Abaddon is just going to become so tanky in a sense that he has a lot of HP, has a lot of armor. What we saw yesterday was a butterfly as well. I saw that flickering light, Kips. As we saw the butterfly, so even the evasion starts kicking in, making him a very hard target to focus on even how do you get him the first, like, how do you kill him, how do you pop his ultimate, and even worse if he has cheese or ages later on, because you can do Roshan pretty well with Abaddon too. So I'm a bit worried how well these guys can scale.
Yeah, like one of the things that I see also that you mentioned Halberd, I think, right? That one of the it's an item that suits so many heroes on Business Associates, and it shuts down the gyro, it shuts down the Lycan, and you don't actually have enough magical damage out of the rest of your cores to deal with it if your right clickers get shut down. That's another problem I see in Crazy's draft right here.
Well, when there's router problems, there's a time to not appreciate Moo's statue, which is Dab. He's the only one. He's the only one in the game with an actual statue. What has happened?
What?
Boys, what has happened? We're not... Oh, wait, never mind. We have Fear. Fear has... LOL on Axe. Okay.
LOL and
technically... Okay, 2016, so I understand that's before, like, the Seb Axe, because you see that Axe just spinning there. But we're not living that grim days that you can't put your statues on. God damn it, guys. I mean, this, like, if we're living in a moment like this, we want to look at statues. We're in a goddamn pause, and we just want to watch Dota and see things. But right now, there's not even cosmetics to start even looking at.
The bans have slowed down as well. This is disappointment central.
And who has a custom? Who is using the basic donkey? Snaking.
I mean, sometimes it's a flex, you know? Everyone else has these particle bombs.
How do you flex with a donkey?
Because everyone has these particle bombs, and you know this is a friggin' pro player. Of course he has like 30 couriers with all kinds of effects on it, and he's like, haha, no, the best way to stand out is to just not equip anything at all.
So he's like, I'm original. I'm original,
Yeah.
and I'm the OG boys.
He is. He
I
is.
guess.
I can appreciate just a donkey. Like, it would be the ultimate flex if you and your team just say, alright, we all get just the basic donkey.
Oh, well, you can imagine the noise when the game kicks in on everyone. All the donkeys.
Oh. Well,
Not at the same time, but we have a game, ladies and gents. We're back in action, at least for now. Hopefully for at least a minute, maybe even 2, hopefully 5, and see what happens from there. We've got Crazy, we've got BA, and our best of 3 can finally start. So we got Moon Meander going top with the Pangolier. He's already dropped in a sentry ward to block that hard camp. Does he block? Yes, he does. He blocks the easy camp as well as the observer ward because he's a smart man. He doesn't want your enemy to take any benefit of these camps, especially when there's a Chen involved.
Which is good preparation and information about the lanes here now as well.
Not sure if they know that Moon's placed an ops ward there because he was already moving away from the outpost before they hit the high ground. So we'll see. Fear. Got boots picked up on Chen. Has penitence. Kezu will find him. So Napalm starts to tick in, but Moon's right next to him. To remind you, this is a carry Abaddon, so he might not... Actually, wait. You do definitely want to go Aphotic Shield against the Batrider.
Yes.
Never mind. No,
in any other
hell.
lane, he can definitely choose to pick up something else, but against a Bad Rider, you just want to dispel those napalm stacks.
Yeah. How do you think this lane rolls out? I think yesterday Bad Rider versus Abaddon was pretty 50-50.
Yeah, I'd say it is. It's annoying for the Abaddon to have keeping to use his mana. Like, you said it yesterday as well. 3 Aphotic Shields, and he has no mana anymore. So he has to be very careful with that. And the real battle in this lane is Moon versus Fear. Like, how much is Moon going to get out of this lane? How much is he going to let Fear you know, battle Kezu out.
True.
For now, Moonyander gets the first laugh with securing that range creep, and now, yeah, Moo's gonna lose creeps under tower.
Forced to farm under the tower. Mid matchup, Lycan versus Mid Venge. So this is also one of the excitements that have been brought in lately.
If you dare to ask me how does this matchup normally go, I'm going to drive over to your house and slap you in the face. That's just... This is not something you see every day.
And spring on the ground. So what really makes Vengeful Spirit a scary hero is pretty much one thing. Not only the minus armor and the way that it's kind of like a TA with a stun, but it's not exactly a TA. Very short range, very high damage output, but it's the goddamn illusion. So this thing right here, when you get 4 points, it deals the maximum amount of damage as if you were given a second life. People tend to forget that the Venge was ever there. Oh, we got the kill. Nice. And if we're talking about like a 40-second respawn, 35-second respawn, 30 seconds of free right clicks while your team is just evading them and doing like a semi-initiation, this Venge can deal easily like 2,500 damage. That's worth like 3 heroes almost going down completely, allowing for a reinitiation. Maybe even solo pickoffs with the illusion.
Yep.
But that's what people forget.
I've done that before. Let's see if Crazy can remind each other to please get rid of that tiny illusion.
Kezu, with the help of Moon, double creep wave, pulling it around the jungle. He's going to pick up the third one, and this is where we start spamming Napalm and the Firefly. That's a guaranteed level 3, maybe even an actual level 4 from this, because he's over halfway in level 2. Should be able to clear this one up, just spamming more and more napalm. Here's the Firefly.
Fear can't do anything against this.
No, he can't. He can just observe, try and harass a little bit, maybe deny 1 or 2 creeps, but that's about it. He does get one of the range creeps. Oh wait, that's a melee creep actually.
2 range creeps.
Wait, did he get the range creep? It looked like that guy's the melee creep, but I might have seen it wrong. I might have seen it wrong. Still, that's like 3,500 gold going for Kezu, and he's almost level 4.
These denies make the difference between Kezu's farm and Moo's farm, though. Like, Moo is going to get perfect CS under tower. This is the price you pay for wave cutting. And especially with a melee hero like Baden, who doesn't really take any damage from creeps with his innate damage block.
Moon doing the same thing again. Same thing all over again. Just keep stacking that double wave. Do a little detour in the jungle, grab a third one. This will really amp up this Bat Rider in the lane. Kezu's already moving towards the jungle, and this time there's no Chen to greet him. Instead, we haven't really looked at this bot lane, so we got Ritsu's Gyrocopter, Aoi with Enchantress, and Ench has been getting some good harass into Snaking's Phoenix up till now. Even used up the dive, but not going to have the damage to kill the Phoenix, but forces him all the way home, so Mars is left alone for now. Tries to go for a pull, but Aoi smartly cuts off the hard camp, so he can't connect the pull from Brax to allow Brax to farm the next wave. So Phoenix is still coming back into this lane. Not an easy time for the Mars.
He'll survive though, and the Mars for now only needs levels. He's going to be a huge threat onto, for example, this fragile Gyrocopter as soon as he has his level 6 up, especially if Eternal Envy joins to just put in the damage. And Eternal Envy has been doing really well in this mid lane so far, although I gotta say, I'm curious how he's going to make up for the fact that Brawl is already taking jungle camps on the side as well.
Yep. Here even takes away the bouncy rune in front of Moon. 50 gold per player for the team, so 3 for 1 for BA. Enjoying the situation, at least in the CS department is pretty even so far. Divided between all heroes, maybe a slight lead for the Lycan. Lycan had to do a tiny bit of jungling though, but he has slightly more of an XP advantage. Snaking gets Ritsu's courier back on the way from the lane, a flying courier even. Not
Nice
your
bit of gold.
casual walking donkey. Well, it's a farm fest all over. I mean, both teams know. But now, Moon, can he get the body blocks? No, he can. You try to get in front of Fear. Fear's going to be fine. If Moon got in front, might have been a whole different scenario. But there's always EE with his Venge Spirit. Camp stacking a bit.
I wanted to point out that before that moment right there, Moon Meander was still level 1.
Yeah, he's been level 1 for quite some time, but he's been buffing up Kazu as much as he can. Giving this bat what he needs. He's 1,000 gold away from his TP boots.
It's a pretty crazy CS there. Thank you, I deserve that.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, alright. So what Eternal Envy is doing is supplementing his farm as well. And he's got a full Helm of the Dominator, so that's going to greatly accelerate his farm. And it means that Snaking can take the mid lane for now. He has to be careful though. Brawl is looking for an opportunity to use that first shapeshift.
Yeah, he has Necro ones, he has Shapeshift, so that's a lot of damage that he can pull in if he finds someone stranded in one of the lanes. And Brax is dropping to half HP, does have 10 stick charges, and he just got his Tranquils off, so he's going to regenerate in this lane. But Lycan is here, and the push can begin. Catapult Wave is still alive. The Necro units are there too. Rel doesn't want to sacrifice those, at least to the tower. And here we go. They're going to try and go on Brax. At least force him awake at the tower in the meantime. And Crazy will take the first objective of the game 7 minutes in. So they relieve the pressure off of Ritsu's lane.
That's a very nice pickup for them, and it didn't cost them any resources really. I'm actually surprised Eternal Envy joined, just because there was no way they were going to hold that tower anyway, and Brax shouldn't have to share his EXP at this point. He needs that arena.
Yep, still going to be some time until Brax is actually going to get that. Batrider 150 gold away from his TP boots, so we're probably going to see a bit over 8 minutes, maybe just around 8 minutes. Ritsu throwing another rocket. Fear level 2 on this Chen, so Aoi with his Enchantress and those Impeta Spears, they do a lot of damage at this point. And EE finds a haste, so maybe we could get some Venge rotation going on. He's gonna go straight to Moon though. Look for the Centaur stun, has his own stun to follow up as well. Goes for the swap first. Doesn't even need, he hasn't even actually leveled up his stun, so why not? Why use it when you don't have it? You don't need it. Right click away, and first blood 8 minutes into this game.
He gets a nice little Alpha Wolf on top as well. So right now base damage is increased by 30%, and then the Vengeance Aura is also supplying him with 7 of his primary attributes, so the Agi. It's,
and a PMS.
It hits like a truck.
PMS for the Venge. Or is it actually going to be going for the Abaddon?
Pretty sure Brax or Moo, either of them are going to love that.
Yeah, it's going for the Mars.
He is fast. Look at how Crazy are positioned around this mid tower. I don't see a way that
and they're going straight in. Here we go. Shapeshift, lasso as well. They're going to grab Eternal Envy first on the Vengeful Spirit, and he has no way of surviving this one. Here comes Moo with the Abaddon as well, trading a few hits, pops his shield. His ulti might pop if he stands in that fire for too long, and they will. But looking for another opening, it is onto the Enchantress, and they pop the Sunray. They will find the Enchantress kill, and only losing the Venge, but they do only get a support in return for BA. Crazy did use their ultimates. This might not actually lead into a mid-tower push, so they're happy with the 1-to-1 trade for now. Even though they lose the bench, but they use a lot for it.
Yeah, that's... I guess Eternal Envy will be okay with trading his life for the tower there, but it's not great. You'd rather not lose your mid laner.
If Mars only had more mana, he might have been able to pop the arena there. Try and grab someone extra. But since he's been low on XP, he's been low on farm, he doesn't really have anything. He's been trying to throw spears desperately all around and just not finding anyone, so can't really blame him. Now he finally has a soul ring up, so we'll help him out a little bit. Bounties. 3 for 1. Wait, 2 for 1 actually. 3 for 1. Sorry, Kazu still got 1 in the bottle.
At the very least, the next push for Crazy is not going to be that easy. They had a level 5 Mars and a level 5 Phoenix to deal with at the previous fight, but now they both have their ultimates up. So they can't just surround the tower like that anymore. And Instead, they are moving up towards the top tower with Ritsu on this catapult wave. Aoi's sitting behind him, and it's only Mu up here.
Yeah. Mu's missing CS here. He's going for the Enchantress creep, though. It realizes that, wait, something's up. there's a rogue melee creep in my lane. Like, what is this?
He's making good headway towards that Radiance, though. He's definitely getting left alone more than our TV was.
Definitely. Maybe Mu's seen something that RTC hasn't. Who knows? Who knows? But at least, yeah, his farm is looking great. He got himself a somewhat free lane in terms that the Batrider was focused elsewhere. Fear didn't want to focus on the Batrider for too much. Just noticed that, well, I can't really do anything against this Bat. He's already level 3, level 4. That's the point where you're just like, well, I can't do anything. Moon Meander's moving around, so they did what they were supposed to. The Abaddon's been secured a good game. Once that Radiance comes up, he still wants something alongside it. And now Kezu being aggressive, trying to get some attention from BA. Notice me. No. They're not going in yet. There's a big army of creeps in the river. That's your Necro 3s on the Lycan. Smoked up as well. This could be the move. Brax scouting in the river. Not going to find anyone yet. And now they're going to take the right side entrance into the triangle. Shapeshift has been popped. They've got the information on Eternal Envy looking for him as well. And they see that that wave is hitting something. The Purge creep is in front, so they get the slow one to the Venge. But there's just not enough time to get in there. They're forced to use the lasso on the Chen. It's not exactly the most ideal target, but you got to find something and then get the hell out of there. Brax is unable to chase this down. The egg will be used defensively. Not going to catch anyone here, though. But they did use Shapeshift and lasso for a Chen, so BA are enabled to go for a push here.
Sneaking okay on top. Yeah, he's going to have to give up the tower. In the meantime, mid lane.
They're still keeping up this push. I mean, this definitely enabled them to do a few hits, but they're doing good job with the defense here. The Wildwing Ripper and then Moon Meander throwing in spells. Kezu with the Flame Breaks and Napalm definitely doing a nasty amount of tick damage. And since you don't have a blink on the Mars, you can't really just jump in the trees and pop your ult and hope for the best. So right now, they're just, well, we'll take what we can, or we'll give what we can at this point. Crazy on a 3k lead, but BA are also closing up on their first big item. So that could be the game changer on how this early game is going to end.
Yes, definitely. It is a shame, though, that Mu felt like he had to go into mid, because that is what most of that gold lead is right now. That's Mu not being able to sit on that top tower, not being able to push Ritsu off of there and just keep on farming. He was moving in that mid lane. And yeah, that's an economic win for Crazy.
Kezu also making way towards the Blink Dagger. He's actually built one piece of his BKB at the same time. Mu gonna get caught in the bot lane. Still has his ultimate. Moon also has his ultimate. He needs to pop this one first, but it's going to be a very long dive, and this Pango doesn't even have the damage. He doesn't have the damage to pop it. And here comes Brax, but Ritsu is fast with his fingers. He sees the opportunity now. Kezu, he's got a lasso. This could end up horribly. There's an egg available, though. Brax will pop his arena to keep himself safe. And Moon Meander, well, I guess that's...
I hope he's having fun up there.
I have no words. I'm just not gonna say anything. 2 kills. Fear and Brax go down.
And business associates had been warding up their own jungle in order to keep that safe, but that also just enables them or disables them from ever really playing on the enemy side. And now they're going to have to react to more mid pressure once again. Mu keeps having to be involved, and he's still not got his relic.
He's not happy about having to constantly intervene with Crazy's movements, but someone's got to do it.
Yep. And at the very least, he's a hard target to take down, so if they go on him, the TPs actually have time to come in and save him, as opposed to more fragile targets who are just like, yep, alright, you're gone.
Yep.
Never mind.
Also see Ritsu's got an item on the courier. What's it gonna be? There's a mithril hammer. One piece towards the BKB, or are we potentially seeing a Maelstrom Gyrocopter? Is that still a thing?
No,
I
I
don't
think
think
this is a BKB first. He's got a Yasha. He thinks he's got enough speed and damage output, and he can't afford to go too greedy here just because Brax needs most of the creeps here. Brax is the true position one. Oh, sorry, Brawl, excuse me.
Yeah.
Brawl, Brax, blah, blah, blah.
they're not the same guy. Yeah.
Definitely not.
Moo, 200 gold away from his relic, so that Radiance is soon going to kick in. DD rune for Moon Meander, not the biggest. Sorry, Invis rune. Looked like a DD for a second there. Actually, I think it was a DD, but it expired and turned into an Invis. But he is around the neighborhood. Spots Moo. There is Eternal Envy, and the Wolf is around as well. They're going to try and pop his ultimate. It's going to be a very hard job. He's still not using it, and they will take down Moon Meander. Swaps and stuns from EE. And Moon, how does he calculate this? Like, this is supposed to be... Well, there we go. He pops his ulti manually. He's trying to regenerate in that Firefly. But I was like... Pop already, pop already, pop already. And it's just not popping. I was like, man, he's like on the edge. This man is living on the edge, but I love it. Not that it would have really made a difference, but I was just waiting for his ulti to pop and maybe see Crazy go for a turnaround after that. But nope. Just nope.
No, and they know, like, business associates know that he's around the whole time because they were watching with the sentry ward on the cliff. So, no surprise there.
Well, Crazy will continue to stay in the net worth lead. Now finally moving towards BA's side of the map and apply some pressure. You see the shapeshift, and they're going to try and go the hardest target of them all, and that's the Abaddon. Kezu is there. They've got the stuns. They've got the lasso. He will just remove it right away. And that's your ulti. He's gone. And now maybe business associates can find themselves an opening. Ritsu's been taken down by Brax as well at the same time with the help of Eternal Envy. And Moo is going to keep up the chase. He's going to kill off that Necro creep first. So that's a bit of extra gold. It's not a huge amount, but something to go off with. And they're coming in from the river. Brax with a blink dagger, but he's got his soul ring ready. He could try and impale Moon Meander into a tree, but nope, he doesn't want to go. His friends are too far away to follow up, so he's not going to go for the play.
And this is like a pattern really showing why he's such a nice carry hero to play away from. He's not going to die while you're off on the other side of the map killing the enemy gyrocopter. You have all the time in the world to move back over towards him, even if you have no TP scrolls ready.
Smoke looks like the plan here as they're all stacking up. There's a smoke in Phoenix's backpack. Not going to use it. Fear has one as well. Maybe go for a play. They want to finish the Sanjin Yasha and the Vengeful Spirit first. Could be a very useful item here since the status resistance is going to be very handy. Talking about lassos and all the stun durations just getting dropped down by a lot. Especially the gyro rocket if it happens to land. You technically might even think about going Satanic later on in this game to be able to get that massive lifesteal, because Venge, she hits hard, she regenerates hard, and with status resistance you can make Venge into a pretty scary mid laner. And there we go, Owie. Burnt alive by the Radiance, and also gonna lose the Hadouken. And there's a swap at the same time in the mid lane that will find the Pangolier. Moon trying to make his way out. He's got his ultimate, has to use it, but he's not going to get it. EE with another swap. Gets 2 kills with 2 swaps. That's efficiency, 100% right there. And BA will finally be able to take down this mid-tier 1 tower.
They've been itching to do that. And yeah, this Venge really going to start hitting hard now. Sanjin Yasha, once that comes in, it's extra tankiness as well, it's extra damage, and you can already see that she hits hard. And now Kezu gets caught by Brax.
Uh-oh. Big pick. He uses lasso, but he's burning alive from these ticks, and snaking will get the kill. And what this is, there's a scan inside the Roche pit right as Moo walks inside. Ritsu on the high ground. Wow, as well pops a shapeshift, but it's a 4 versus 5 fight though. Moon Meander gets pinned onto the wall. He won't get his ultimate off, and he will go down first, and Fear will follow as well. Moon Meander dropping really low, but so is Brax, and Brawl goes for a double kill. Moo, his ulti's finally been popped up, and here comes the Phoenix to prop some heals, but Moo's not going to be lucky. He doesn't even get the chance to TP out, and Crazy with a 4 versus 5 fight. They win it. It's a team wipe, and Roshan.
You know what Owie did? He stole the Venge illusion. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. No, is that still Eternal Envy? What? I have to check this. No, he stole the illusion. I was so confused because it's still labeled as EE for some reason.
Yeah, it is, and he is that. Vengeance Aura has been provided to their team, so extra damage. Sorry, extra primary attributes. So yeah, definitely that is also meaning that they get extra damage, at least in the right click sense, but also the attack range. So if they can blow up the Venge, convert the Venge to join their team, so we're talking double Agent Eternal Envy in this case, that makes the Gyrocopter massively big, because that attack range allows Gyrocopter to maybe be a bit more standing still and right clicking with flat cannons. But then again, it's a big buff. It's a big buff.
Rax is storming forward. He's got a blink dagger.
Hello, Brawl. And we've got a TP coming in from the Batrider as well. Kezu wants to intervene on this one. They're trying to save his teammate. Mars still held in place. Brax is tanking a lot of damage, but he's not going to live for an eternity here. And now looking with that Moon Meander ultimate, gets some damage output out there. And there's a call down connecting off the 3 heroes. A swap will come in as well. And Gyrocopter dropping really low, but he has an Aegis. And while at the same time, EE is dying. And Chen is just... Oh, man. And just looking for his opportunity when this Venge goes down. I'm just going to steal that illusion for our team, and Moon Meander in the front taking the damage. They finally isolate. The Abaddon has no ultimate available, and Brawl Ritsu actually takes the kill there. So 4 gone from Business Associates, and Snake King might be another casualty as well. Kezu looking for the flame break. Still Fireflied up for plenty of seconds. There we go. Push the Phoenix backwards. A few right clicks, and that should be it. That's another team wipe. Crazy twice in a row now.
At the very least, he got the H's down, but it's really not worth it. And now Business Associates, in spite of that hard to bring down lineup, they don't actually have the damage if Eternal Envy goes down. And they give away their damage if Eternal Envy goes down too. That is such a big swing from that Enchantress.
Not to even talk about the Assault Cuirass on the Lycan too, so those buildings are going to start dropping even faster. And they are just amping up this Gyrocopter in these team fights. You can see how close Crazy are fighting BA. Like, they're so close to each other because they know that this is the game of auras. Moo, Eternal Envy, if you're looking for Moon Meander, can't cancel this ultimate this time, so they don't get the swap on Venge. And just a casual web thrown in between as well, so they won't even get the opportunity to use that. Managed to disengage.
And Business Associates, they are clearly lost right now. You can see they were grouped on that bot lane, but just an ultimate from Moon Meander, and now they're moving back towards mid. This is a smoke, but they don't have anything to smoke towards apart from going on a warding mission with everyone. There's no pickoffs to be found.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say a very questionable smoke, I guess. I'm not sure what they're trying to achieve with this.
Doing something. Guys, we smoked. We did something.
Sometimes, I mean, I guess sometimes it's better not to do anything, but, I mean, matters if you do something at least. Stay active.
It's going to feel bad right now. Yes.
Well, Crazy's coming smoked as well. Well, Moon Kezu, right on the low ground. There we go. Kezu shows himself and he's like, hey, look at me. I'm here to take your friends away, and Fear will be dragged to the pits of hell. He will be burnt alive. Brawl will take that one in his name, and he will continue this massive streak of 6-0-7. Firefly will run out, so Crazy will wait just a tiny bit longer. 15 seconds could be another opening, but they're not taking this tier 2 tower. They don't have to.
It's a very low priority tower. Like, right now they're just looking for a good engagement, and they'll keep choking out in the meantime.
Yeah, Moon's bullying them.
Up.
Moon is really bullying them because I feel like they know exactly where they are. Now they're all revealing themselves from there, so Crazy could potentially push that top tower, but they are split. 3 in the top and 2 in the bottom side. They will take bounties for themselves. We're looking at a quad rune here for Crazy. Moon gets stunned up. Eternal Envy follows up the stuns, and there we go. Oh, you got the bounties, but you paid with your life.
That's what you get for bullying. There's an important item coming up on Snaking. He has got a halberd if he wishes to buy it right now.
also a BKB in just 400 gold for Brawl. I can just go at him and just run out of the Mars ulti whenever he wants.
Yep, and of course Ritsu already had one, so neither of them are really very intimidated by that anymore. That's it. There's, yeah, second halberd coming up on move, just like I thought. This is just a good game to build double halberd. The evasion is going to do a lot for you, even when you're not actively disarming both the Lycan as well as the gyrocopter.
Yep, plus the status resistance, so they see that Mu has been targeted by lassos a few times. If he's the guy that ends up isolated from his team, and they will try to blow him up, like... If they can, the thing is that Abaddon's ulti will just instantly remove the lasso too. That makes him a very bad target. So it's not even fully about the status resistance, but exactly what you said about disarming the opponents and prevent this physical damage from kicking in. They find snaking. Phoenix not gonna be lucky. They will follow him all the way, but they're using their shapeshift again, so if they can get that creep wave, yes they will. So the backdoor protection will fall off. They'll take the tier 2 tower. And there are no more outer towers remaining, so Crazy will go straight to the high ground. Zero respect for your defense. You've just lost your Phoenix. That's your second initiator gone. And they're keeping the Mars at bay as well, just throwing rockets. Here comes Mu. The front-lining Abaddon has showed up. Dropping very low. Chen, Fear's got to be careful here. He does have his ultimate available, but gonna get stunned up. And Kesu, if he sees an opening, he'll definitely take it and go for it. But they take the melee racks, they take the tier 3, and will also back away from here. So Crazy will deal the damage, and it is now 21,000 gold in their favor.
They're playing this game out very solidly.
How do you come back from this? And I think we're talking, how does Business Associates kill Crazy? Because it was supposed to be the other way around.
It was supposed to be the other way around, and they haven't dropped that many kills, but the problem is that they can't hold their towers, they can't push their lanes out well enough, and here is the attempt. It's a smoke. Brax is going to go for it. Eternal Envy leading the other way, and they know how he's up here.
It's not the best pick off, but it's something. Pat Rider also coming into the mid lane. Now we will be swapped backwards. They're doing to kill this Enchantress. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen this time. They pop the egg. They've also got the Mars ultimate there as well. So the stuns will definitely at least connect on someone. No, absolutely nobody. Crazy are just toying with them right now. They're collapsing on top of Business Associates. Eternal Envy's gone. Moo's also popped his ultimate as well. Brax will follow. 3 heroes gone. 4 heroes gone. Making a 5th one. Moo in the river. 5 heroes dead. GG. And it's over. Crazy dominate this game 1 and take a convincing 1-0 in this best of 3 series.
Excellently played by Crazy. Taking those illusions really turned around that second life of Eternal Envies, and since Eternal Envy was the damage of that lineup, that's just like an extra painful twist in the tail, you know? Yeah. So Crazy plays their lanes well, gets that, like, they don't care that they have to trade unlimited Abaddon farm into their unlimited Bat Rider farm, and Kezu just out-tempos the side of Business Associates here. Very, very well played.
Was there anything that BA could have maybe done differently to change the course of this game? Because we said that they're very hard to kill. They didn't give up that many kills to Crazy when there could have been a lot more, but they couldn't achieve things in this game. Like every time we saw 1 or 2 team fights that they won, and they barely even got a mid-tier 1 tower out of it.
Yeah, I'd say that if you put your vision further forward into the Radiant jungle, maybe you can actually go for pickoffs with Eternal Envy, grab some offensive swaps, coordinate with Brax. But because they were so invested in defending their towers and in making sure that Mu had nobody behind him as he farmed top, they didn't really get any momentum out of their lanes at all. And after that, they just get out-pressured. So that's what I would have liked to see personally.
Well, let's see if they do something different in the draft at least, but we're going to take a tiny break and we'll be back with game 2 and Crazy versus Business Associates in the lower bracket. If Crazy manages to take a 2-0, it means that BA are going out of the tournament and Crazy will continue into the top 4, but we'll see if BA have something to say about that.